Last week, we talked about this new show on Netflix called Living to 100 Secrets of the Blue Zone. That was just a portion of the trailer there. There are common threads between all of the cultures featured in the series. And today, Dr. Natalie Gentile from Direct Care Physicians of Pittsburgh is here to share how you can introduce those into your life. Thanks for being here to talk about this.
I'm smiling just looking at those videos.
Right?
Of the people dancing and so much life.
And they're not young people. These are people who are aging well into their 90s and even living to 100. And I think we all kind of want to know, how can we do that? It's not just to live to 100, it's to live to 100 and be able to enjoy your life still at that age.
They have both quality and quantity of life, right? And a lot of us are even just aiming for quality at best.
Right, exactly. All right, so let's talk about some of the things that they found in this and some of the things that you even practice and help to guide your patients with. So using whole foods and plant-forward diets is one of the things.
So this series talks a lot about plant-forward lifestyles. So we're focusing on how can we incorporate more fiber, more colorful fruits and vegetables, more whole foods into our dietary pattern. So I brought a couple of fun things to show you today.
Okay.
These are examples of how food can look like the organs in our body that they help, which is really neat. So I'll start with tomato because this is the one I love the most. So a closed up tomato actually looks kind of like a prostate. And prostate health can be helped by lycopene, which is the compound within tomatoes that makes it so beneficial. You cut it open and it looks like a heart, which is also helped out by that compound lycopene. So it's really amazing. You see kind of the chambers of the heart appearance to it.
Right.
This is a carotenoid that can help with your cholesterol. It can have antioxidant, anti-inflammatory properties, and help with your heart health in general.
How interesting is that?
Pecans, walnuts.
Love 'em.
Yeah, some of these nuts that look like a brain. These are high in omega-3 fatty acids, which are excellent for brain health. And then I love this one, sweet potatoes. And actually in this series, they talk about sweet potatoes. And there actually is a common thread among several of these blue zones of using sweet potatoes for your health. It's shaped like a pancreas, which is one of the organs that's kind of in the middle of our abdomen. And sweet potatoes are excellent for blood sugar control, which the pancreas plays a huge role in.
And we know, I mean, just talking about blood sugar control, we know how diabetes can affect the health of older people too as you start to age and the problems that can arise with that.
Absolutely. When we look at some of these blue zones though, in our country, we focus so much on the quick fix. What's the one thing I can eat for longevity, right? And these blue zones really show us it is the whole picture. Right. It is the way these people have social support, community connection, purpose in life, movement, plus they have these, familial connections and they're eating from the earth.
Well, and let's talk about staying active because we know how important that is, but we think that we need to go very hard and go hardcore and like have this built body. So for some of this, it's just staying active and moving.
Yes, so if you went and did 1 hour of exercise and sat the rest of the day, that's not as good as moving every hour for 10 minutes throughout the day. Just being active throughout the day is a really great way that can add up over time to have the heart health, cognitive health, joint health benefits that we want.
One of the other things that I saw is glasses of wine. But it's not the wine necessarily, it's the socialization that's coming with it. So yes, a glass of wine a day is not so bad. A glass of wine a day by yourself, much different than if you're sitting with family or friends and connecting,
yes,
right?
It's all about that environment. Right. What is it, if we're sitting alone drinking alcohol, there's probably a lot more going on in that person's life and their mental health, as opposed to a social setting, which is bringing you joy, bringing about those feel-good hormones. And
what about keeping your mind active too? Because we're talking about our body, but how do we keep our mind active as we age?
I think a lot of that comes down to social support again. Yeah. When you're around others, engaging in conversation, learning from each other, when you're active in how you're getting your food and making your food, when you're cooking at home, all of these things keep our minds active, which is going to help immensely in the long run.
So how do we change how we are living our lives when we know how busy things are, especially for Americans? We were just talking about the most stressed states in America and about workflow. We know that this is a big component about what can lead to unhealthy lifestyles, is stress and time constraints.
Sure. I'm a big fan of boundary setting. So if there are things that are important to you, moving, being with family, not emailing at 10 p.m., and answering people's requests at that time, setting some boundaries around your self-care to make it a priority, I think is a huge first step.
Have you watched any of the shows yet?
I have. I've started to dive in.
Yes. And so what are your thoughts on it and this approach to it and diving into some of these cultures and what they're doing?
I think we can certainly learn from each other always. I think we need a big reassessment, though, of what's going on in our culture and ways that we can make it applicable, like you said, to our cultural ways of living, and just step it up a little bit.
Dr. Gentile, it's always good to have you here.
Thank you.
And I love this show and tell, too. Who knew and a sweet potato look like your pancreas. For more information on Rebel Wellness and Direct Care Physicians of Pittsburgh, you can head to our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh. We'll be